I bought Dinar at Wells Fargo 20 years ago. They stopped because they got wind of what's going on around 2012-2014, but now they don't say that it's a scam anymore because they got wind of the US Treasury's communications with them. They're bringing the budget off the shelf. I told you the budget would stay on the shelf collecting dust until they're about ready to revalue. From October 8th to now the budget did remain on the shelf collecting a whole bunch of dust. What did I tell you about January? I said January is a very critical month. Keep your eyes on it. They are now talking about pulling the budget off the shelf and getting the budget schedules approved by Parliament. Things are now finally preparing to happen and come forward because they're about ready to revalue the currency. They are de-dollarizing the whole Middle East. They are obligated to use IQD only and obligated to have a new exchange rate and currency. Foreign policy, demographic gift will make Iraq a global economic power with Washington's help. I guess they can't get it over there, pretty valuable. The brother said they have pallets of the smaller bills there in the vault but they haven't released them yet to anyone. I guess he could get in serious trouble if they found out he took this picture. Frank, so I'm understanding this correctly, your friend who's a contractor, his interpreter has a friend at a bank and he took a picture and he smuggled them out and he gave them to your friend and your friend gave them to you. Sender, exactly. Frank, it had 3 qualifications but the one that got me was the packaging. What's that? Note, underneath it, photo of the known 250 and 500 dinar notes. Frank, I don't know what that is. Where did you get this? Sender, it's from a contractor in Iraq. Frank, it's not just because of the color I see there, it's the packaging that attracts my attention. Sender, my buddy said he got the pictures from his interpreter friend who goes out on patrols with him daily. The interpreter's brother works in a very small bank. He had to pay the brother 3 bottles of Old Spice cologne in order to get this picture to him. Trump's envoy on his way to Iraq. A new message to al-Sudani quote, an American envoy is expected to arrive in Baghdad, carrying direct messages from Trump about the security of the region and Iraq's role in it. How can they do that and never add value to the dinar? There are many currencies around the world with weak exchange rates. An increase in the exchange rate is never a random act, it's a reflection of a country's success and economic growth. Encouraging Iraq to succeed and prosper is the only way to increase value. We've been spot on talking about the dollar auctions going to cease and sure enough they have. I'm thankful that has happened because I know what I own and I'm looking forward to it just like everybody else. I try to be calm, cool and collected as much as possible because I'll be honest with you, this transition, when it happens, is going to be something that everybody's going to have to deal with and it's going to be a shock. Just like the World Bank had said to not just us but they said to the countries of the world, be prepared for shock. They said it in writing that, hey, be prepared for shock, and when Iraq does a big move and other currencies are involved, markets will be shocked to some degree. Passing laws is not a required step for the rate to change. If they continue their typical pattern and trend where they can't achieve a quorum, or they have too many differences and the session of Parliament gets rescheduled, don't let that be a discouragement. I'm kind of expecting something like that to happen. Either way, it does not impact the rate change, so don't worry about it. Last week I followed the parallel black market rate. On Sunday it was 1,310, on Monday it was 1,275, on Tuesday it was 1,170, Wednesday it was 1,160. Emo Sudani is looking for the black market to reach 1,000. When he does, Emo, the game is on. That is the next step, ladies and gentlemen. They are watching the illegal black market. The value of the dollar is dropping. Thank you CBI for stopping the auctions. We're getting close to the next step. I am very excited. There is a lot of good news coming out of Iraq this weekend. I've been telling you guys to ask for the contract rate on dinar, if you have Iraqi dinar, and that would be substantially higher. I know roughly what it is. It's much higher. And I was told that they discussed this on their conference call, and it was determined previously that everyone with the dinar would be offered the contract rate. Now here's the caveat. Let's say you go into a redemption center, but you have dinar and they don't offer you the contract rate, then ask them for it. An informed political source revealed, on Saturday evening, an upcoming visit by the envoy of the US President-elect, Donald Trump, to Iraq, carrying with him a message to Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani. According to the source, who spoke to Shafaq news agency, an American envoy is expected to arrive in Baghdad, carrying direct messages from Trump about the security of the region and Iraq's role in it. The source explained that the visit may be secret, not officially announced, noting that the envoy will also discuss the details of al-Sudani's recent visits, and Trump's vision according to the recent changes in the region. An informed political source reported last week that the Iraqi Prime Minister received a message from US President-elect Donald Trump, via a special envoy on an unannounced visit, which included several axes. According to the source, the most prominent axes are the necessity of containing and controlling weapons outside the framework of the state, stopping the activity of factions linked to Iran, in addition to Iraq not interfering in the Syrian file and supporting the formation of the new Syrian government. Meanwhile, a government source told Shafaq news agency that Iraq is working diligently to establish security in the region, and that the Prime Minister presented Iraq's vision in this regard during a visit to Iran. Al-Sudani had made numerous visits to countries in the region after the fall of Bashar al-Assad's regime, including Jordan, Saudi Arabia, and recently Iran, where he discussed security issues with the leaders of these countries. Iraq also participated in the Aqaba conference held in Jordan, with the participation of several countries, including the United States. The ambassador of the People's Republic of China to Baghdad, Sui Wei, announced on Sunday that the volume of trade exchange between his country and Iraq reached $50 billion in the past year 2024. Wei said in a press conference held in the capital Baghdad, attended by Shafaq news agency correspondent, that scientific cooperation between China and Iraq has achieved fruitful results, and according to the figures, the volume of trade exchange last year reached $50 billion and recorded a growth of 10%, adding, "We feel that this number has progressed smoothly." He added that cooperation between China and Iraq is not limited to one field, but rather includes all fields, including energy, electricity, transportation, school projects, and other fields. The ambassador also said, "We are discussing the field of digital, communications and other fields, and we are keen to deepen the areas between China and Iraq." He stated that cooperation between the two countries is in the interest of mutual gain, and will contribute to the